You're stopped at a red light. Your car is paid off. Nothing special about it. It gets you where you're going. A truck pulls up next to you. Brand new. Blacked out. The kind of build that starts around $80,000 before tax. And the median American household makes just over $80,000 a year. Before tax. Before rent. Before anything. So the truck sitting next to you costs more than a full year of what its owner probably earns. Here's the part that should bother you. It's not a mystery. And it's not that everyone secretly got rich. There's a machine underneath that truck. And it was built on purpose. Some of the people driving these owe more than the truck is even worth. And once you see how the machine works, you will never guess wrong about a stranger's money again. Let's start with what's real. The average full-size pickup in America now costs about $66,000. That's the average. Move up 2 trim levels and you clear $80,000 before you touch a single option. 10 years ago, a fully loaded truck topped out around $60,000. Today, some of them are brushing 6 figures. And people are buying them. More than 1 in 4 new vehicle buyers in this country now signs up for a monthly payment over $1,000. $1,000. Every month. For a vehicle. So the question was never whether the trucks are real. The question is how the payment gets made. 10 years ago, most car loans in America ran 60 months. 5 years. You paid, and then the truck was yours. Somewhere along the way, dealerships stopped selling trucks. They started selling monthly numbers. Watch how it works. Take that $80,000 truck on a normal 5-year loan. The payment lands around $1,560 a month. That number scares people. It should. So the finance office offers you a way out. Stretch it. 72 months. Sometimes 84. And suddenly the exact same truck costs about $1,050 a month. Your brain relaxes. That feels doable. Here's what just happened underneath you. On the 5-year loan, you pay somewhere around $14,000 in interest. Stretched to 84 months, and longer loans usually carry a higher rate. The interest climbs past $20,000. You just handed the bank thousands of extra dollars. In exchange for a number that felt lighter. And this is not some fringe trick anymore. Loans of 72 months or longer are now over 40% of all new vehicle financing in America. 84-month loans have climbed to nearly 13%, up from under 8% just a few years ago. The long loan isn't the exception. It's becoming the default. But the loan length only explains part of that truck at the red light. Plenty of the people driving them aren't stretching a car payment out of their paycheck at all. For years, home prices climbed hard across most of the country. Someone who bought a $250,000 house years ago might be sitting on a house worth $340,000 today, without lifting a finger. And that equity is borrowable. A home equity loan lets you tap the value trapped inside your walls, often at a lower rate than a car loan, because it's secured against the house instead of the vehicle. Pull $40,000 or $50,000 out that way. And the truck isn't financed through the dealership at all. It's financed through the guest bedroom. The payment looks smaller. But the risk didn't disappear. It just stopped being attached to the truck and started being attached to the place where they sleep. Now here's where a bad decision turns into one that follows you for years. Trucks lose value fast. Faster than most people pay down a long loan. So picture someone 3 years into an 84-month loan. They might still owe $50,000 on a truck that's now worth $30,000. That gap has a name. Negative equity. In plain English, they're underwater by $20,000. And this isn't rare. Nearly 31% of new vehicle trade-ins now carry negative equity. The average shortfall on those trades is over $7,000. So what happens? They walk into the dealership to trade it in, and the dealer says the 4 words that make the whole problem vanish. We'll roll it in. The $20,000 hole doesn't get paid off. It gets bolted onto the new loan. They drive off in an $80,000 truck, owing $100,000 against it. On day one. On something that started losing value the second it left the lot. That's the truck at the red light. It isn't always a sign that someone made it. Sometimes it's a sign that someone is one bad month away from the whole thing coming apart. Picture two glasses sitting on a counter. Both look completely full. Both catch the light exactly the same way. One is filled with water. The other is filled with water right up until you look closer and notice it's balanced on a stack of coins holding the bottom half up. The glass isn't holding that much liquid. It just looks the same height from across the room. That's the truck at the intersection. From the outside, the $80,000 build and the $80,000 build look identical. One is sitting on real income, the other is sitting on a stack. You cannot tell which one you're looking at from across the road. You can only tell from what's underneath. Realistically, 3 different people are driving that truck, and only one of them is in trouble. The first uses it for work: construction, hauling, a farm, a trade. The payment is a business cost, sometimes deductible. It was in the budget before the truck was. The second bought inside a real margin. The payment fits, and here's the part that matters: they are still investing every single month anyway. Real headroom, not borrowed headroom. The third is 84 months deep, possibly with the hole from the last truck hiding inside this one, and the retirement contributions quietly paused to make the payment work. From the outside, all 3 look exactly the same. Same paint, same wheels, same red light. Only one of them is going to be fine. Now here's the number that deserves more attention than the truck does. The difference between a stretched payment of $1,050 and a $400 payment on a solid, reliable used vehicle is $650 a month. Invest that $650 a month at a realistic 9% average annual return, and it crosses $1 million in a little under 27 years. Read that again. The gap between the truck someone wants and the truck that makes sense, just that gap, redirected, funds an entire retirement. Without touching another dollar of income. That's the real price of the truck. It was never $80,000. It was the million it quietly replaced. This isn't an argument against ever buying a nice truck. It's about knowing the actual size of the decision being made at that red light. Whether the person behind the wheel has run these numbers or not. So the next time one pulls up next to you, you're not looking at one story anymore. You're looking at 3, wearing the same paint job. And only a bank statement can tell you which one you're actually looking at. Not a parking lot. Some people use that truck to carry a business. Others use it to finance the appearance of having already made it. Both are completely legal. Only one of them is still standing in 20 years. If this changed how you'll look at that intersection tomorrow, hit like and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, what's the most expensive thing you've seen someone drive, knowing they couldn't afford it? Next week, we're running the same breakdown on the houses.